Okay, not sure I was totally ready to absolutely do that. Since we're playing around and I've done that, let's just go for it. My name is Melissa. My voice is my power. My voice is my power. Let me go find it real quick. Sorry, totally wasn't really kind of ready to do this. Guess it's faster to go from the photo. I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I'm out of practice. This is the video in which I absolutely commit to doing this once a week at the same time every week. What a concept. I'm trying to find my poem that I wrote, my memory is so bad I don't remember it unless I'm reading it. And it's not even in my favorites. That's bad. Which is how I want to start every video. So it's important that I find it because I skipped it last time. Here it is. My voice is my power. Silence is oppressive. I must use my voice. Speak out loud. Speak my truth. This is my choice. My voice is my power. I take it back. All kinds of reasons for that. One day we'll get into that. I am a witch, and I am starting these videos for the benefit of myself, because again, my memory sucks and it helps me remember when I'm learning what I'm doing, and also for the benefit of my children should they ever find me, my actual adults. You know, and in the event that they find it after I'm gone, that's fine too. Although I don't plan on that happening for years and years and years. I'm trying to adjust to see the ritual space, but I really can't. So I give up. So the holidays happened, and life went in disarray, as they often do for many people for the holidays. They don't normally for me. I have husband take care of most of the packing and shopping and decorating and family, but for some reason this year there was a lot of traveling in between, a lot of work, and I was trying to be more engaged, and it just off-kiltered me from this. So I don't want to be off kilter from this. This ritual witchcraft is very important to me, and I want to get back on track. So in line with that, a couple of things. On the 2nd, I did Tamed Wild's ritual intention setting and made this lovely little jar of 12 months of intentions. And hilariously, other than telling you that I know my intentions centered around spirituality, self-care, and sleep, I have no idea what they say from month to month, because I was in I was in ritual and I was in intuition. And I know I talked about different ways to do self-care, walking and kayaking, and I talked about different ways to be more present with my family, different months. And I know I talked about different ways to attack self-care and sleep, aside from walking and kayaking. But I don't remember month to month what they were. I'm relying on my tuition to make them become, manifest at the time that they need to manifest. So there's that. That was lovely. Also on the 2nd, it was a very long session. I did, again, Tame Wild, did a tarot layout for intentions for the year. And I thought I would just show my cards that came from Witch's Moon in December that I drew for each spot in the layout, and my notes. I'm not going to go into their interpretations of the cards, because you all can find that on your own, but I'm just going to say how I interpreted their interpretation. So their first card was the Leaving Behind card. It's 12, the layout of 12. Leaving behind, taking with me 2 cards for first quarter, 2 cards for second quarter, 2 cards for third quarter, 2 cards for fourth quarter, a card for opportunity for growth, and a card for theme for the whole year. So let's move my notes so I don't turn away so often. The first card that I'm leaving behind in 2019 was the King of Cups, as I already showed you. This is out of the new deck from Witch's Moon was golden something. It's really pretty. If I think of it, I'll look it up before I leave here, but Witch's Moon December, you can go find it. King of Cups, beautiful card. It's a deck that has a name, but now this new name is golden because it's sheathed in gold. It may or may not come to me again. You can look it up. King of Cups. So the King of Cups is, I'm leaving behind the soft landings. I'm leaving behind my comfort zones. I'm leaving behind the things that are easy. Breaking out of comfort zones. Second card taking with me was the Eight of Swords. She looks distressed, does she not? And yet she has a way out of her bonds. She's just not using them. So taking with me, I'm taking isolation in terms of making time for myself. Again, getting back to ritual on a consistent basis, one time a week, same time every week. I might be live, I might be recorded, but same time every week. Early Thursday morning, Wednesday night, really early Thursday morning, 1 or 2 a.m. I'll either be on or posting something. That's my commitment. So I'm going to take the isolation as an opportunity to reflect and learn more about myself. The third and fourth cards for the first quarter theme were the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups. I think those are okay for you to see. The journey to celebration around friendships and relationships and out of isolation, allow for friends to assist me on my spiritual journey, bring them in. I take that to mean that I need to share more of what I'm doing with my friends. I am being more social, which is unusual for me. I'm making regular social appointments as well as regular ritual appointments, events, activities. That's working out really well. If I schedule them, then I can also schedule my downtime and accomplish both of those tasks. But I also think this means that sometime in the first quarter, I should be telling more people what I'm doing. And I will say that I think that's going to be less scary than I think it is, because the gifts I gave for Christmas for work were, they were witch balls, but really in the little notes that I gave everybody, I called them wish balls. But they were witch balls, and they were the ornaments filled with things that I thought symbolic for the whole year. Everybody got the same ingredients, but they got an individual little charm that I meditated on and picked for them. And then they all got a note saying, I hope this brings you health and prosperity and something else, abundance, for the coming year. I don't remember exactly what I said because again, my memory sucks. But gosh, they were really well received. People were really receptive and grateful, and I think a couple of people figured out what they really were. So I think once I get more comfortable with how I explain it in terms of manifestation and energy and thoughts, then I will start revealing to more people, what I do in my downtime. Second quarter theme, I pulled the 11 Justice and the 4 of Wands. I think you can see those both very nicely, which I took to mean that I will be again lifting the veil of self-deception, I'm super gentle on myself, but maybe that's me in my comfort zones and not willing to break out of it. So there's that self-deception that I'm being good when really I could push myself a little bit more. Celebrate the big picture and the rhythms of life. So again, back to ritual, back to practice, the ups and the downs and the rhythms, and rolling with them and understanding them, which is part of what Starlight Coven is all about. I don't think I've named that name before, but it's a Facebook coven that I'm in now, run by the Witch of Blue Pine Hollow. Very impressed with her so far, and it's using astrology to understand the ups and downs and rhythms. So I'm deep into that and doing my work, being a good girl, learning because I know nothing about astrology. So third quarter theme, I picked, make sure these are in the right order, yes, the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Very, very pretty. Each card is just really masterfully lovely. So for the third quarter, the theme is going to be change is coming, but all problems have solutions, and nature is the source of strength. So by my interpretation, the most productive change physically would be to actually get out and walk and get out and kayak. My darling older daughter, I think the whole family went in on it. I did get a kayak for Christmas and associated accessories. So I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out in nature, kayak down. We have a very slow moving river around here. I don't have to go in the ocean. And we have the marina itself, very calm. So I'll start there and get myself back in there because nature's a source of strength. So I've got 9 months to do that. We'll make that happen. Fourth quarter theme was 21, the World, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Which I took to mean that I will step through into a new life that I have created, walking, kayaking, spirituality, self-care, and sleep. I promise you sleep is in there. But I have to be aware of the cost or the loss that it took to create it. So we'll have to just be aware of that. I don't know what cost that's going to be, whether that will be lost friendships because of what I reveal that I'm doing, or less respect at work because of what I reveal what I'm doing. I can't imagine that happening. Loss of friendships, loss of weight. That'd be okay to lose the weight, right? Let's put that a little positive spin on. The 11th card, the biggest opportunity to grow was the Nine of Cups. Hello, Nine of Cups. Which is achieving what I most want, which is actually writing, right? I talk this year about, this is going to be about spirituality, self-care, and sleep, but all of that really is leading to getting back in touch with my own innate being as a writer. And I do want to write. I don't know if I'll get back to blogging, but I do want to write, maybe just for myself, and I have been handwriting more in my Book of Shadows, but more in depth. My childhood, how I got here, what worked for me in terms of fixing broken things. I have an idea of how that's going to be structured, so I want to dig into that. So fingers crossed that will happen. That is the opportunity for growth, is to get back to writing. And the 12th card, the 2020 theme, wait for it, folks, the Devil. Beautiful rendition. See the couple in bondage there? Still a very pretty card. So, because I am wont to turn negatives into positives, it's just how I roll. My interpretation was that I need to, the card says, really the card does say, choose wisely the path into the light and avoid easy temptations. And that's actually a combination of what the interpretation said and what I'm saying. So choose wisely the path into the light, into spirituality, and avoid the easy temptations, which is, again, when I'm gentle on myself, when I'm exhausted, I don't think first to do ritual or meditation. I think first to sit and zone out in front of the TV. And that is the challenge. One of the challenges for the year is to understand that meditation will give me more to pick me up and more bang for the buck, I guess you could say, than sitting down and watching 6 shows in a row. So maybe 1 or 2 is fine. And then, some meditation, some rituals, some stuff for me, some really productive stuff. And eventually some writing. So that might be about it. Let me check the notes because I made a plan. HR, the cars, tuition. Yep, covered it all. And unless, oh no, I almost got it under 15 minutes. I still don't want these to be too long, but I do want you to get something out of them. Please feel free to like and share, tell people about it if you're getting something out of it. My journey, I hope to help others on their journey and be open and vulnerable and let you know that it's okay to be open and vulnerable. My voice is my power. You find your power. Take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. And if you don't put yourself first, you can't expect anybody else to put you first as well. So self-love is not selfish. Have a great week. And I promise to see you next week. Bye. Blessed be.